Welcome back, LEGO builders and Minecrafters, to episode 15 of building Mumbo's base out of LEGO. In the last episode, we built up the entire second layer, and we even got a Mumbo minifigure. And on the last episode, you guys commented where you wanted the Mumbo minifigure, and I think most of you agreed that we should put him up on the chariot like he's riding it. And so I definitely think that's a fantastic place to put him, but another great suggestion that I got was to include a green minifigure. And now Hermit Brick didn't actually have a print for this figure, so I actually made this printout myself. And so the colors don't quite match up as well as they should, but you can tell it's a green minifigure, and I guess that's all that really matters. And so the suggestion was that green should be feeding Mumbo's base, so there is the Lego apple, and there are no golden apples in Lego, sadly, but I think a red apple does the same thing and gives you the same message that they're trying to convey with green feeding the base. So now we have green and Mumbo on this mock. So that is looking really, really cool as well. But if we take a little scooch back, in this episode we are going to be working on probably a little bit of the design of the pillars, but mainly the design of the heart. So this episode probably won't have a lot of actual building here on the mock. It will probably have a lot more virtual building or designing in studio. So for this episode, I think I'm going to get the entire heart all designed, and then I can order any pieces that I need, so then they will be here for hopefully the next episode, or as I'm seeing more frequently, probably in the next 2 episodes. But if we have extra time, I will try and work on a little bit of the structure and probably get the base of the pillars done. So hopefully I can do that, but let's go ahead and jump into a studio time-lapse. Okay, so first, before we start the time-lapse music, I would just like to say something. This time-lapse that you're seeing doesn't look like it actually took too long, but I had to completely start over from scratch because I forgot to save my previous design. So let this be a lesson to you all. Make sure you hit the save button because it saves you quite a bit of time. So yeah, this is about, I think, 6 or 7 hours of designing, and as you'll see towards the end, I just started to not care about the backside too much, and it still has the overall shape, but the backside is left out. So enjoy the time lapse. So guys, here is the final design of the heart, and I know it's not quite color correct yet. I still gotta add in the black, but that would take me a little bit of extra time, so I'll probably do that over the weekend. But for now, I want to get this video out to you guys. And by accident, I rendered this thing, and it actually shows a little video of how to build it. Or maybe not how to build it, but a little render of all the pieces coming together. So that's quite cool and pretty fun to watch. So that was quite a few hours of building in studio, so now the design is mostly all done with probably a few minor tweaks to it. But the bricklink orders will be placed soon, and then we will have the parts for the heart and for the pillars on the way. And so, as you can probably see, in the meantime, I've actually built up part of one of the pillars, just to kind of get a feel and a look for it. So if we take a look around, move back a little bit because it is a very, very big structure, you kind of get a feel for how this is going to look. And I absolutely can't wait until all four are in. And now I should say that this pillar here is very, very incomplete. It's just a framework for how things are gonna look, and obviously there's a whole lot of ruination to be done to this pillar. So yeah, I have done that. Oh, and to get a look at how big this thing is gonna be in total, if I just do a couple of quick modifications to this, then, there we go, it's all broken down. You're just giving me a moment to fix this.
20 minutes later.
Okay, there we go. So with a couple of very quick modifications, we can see that this is an absolutely humongous build, and those pillars are going to be huge. So that is about the approximate height that this build is going to go up to. So yeah, there's still quite a lot of building left to do. So, in this episode, we didn't get a whole lot of actual building done, but we did get a whole bunch of designing done, and obviously designing is probably one of the most important parts to make a good build. But we are reaching the end of this episode, so do leave a like if you did enjoy, and for now, we'll have to say goodbye to our mustache friend. With that said, Gigahertz Productions, out. Hold up, spoiler warning for the newest Hermitcraft episode, but with the recent events of HCBBS, I guess now we're technically building Scar's base, I think? So with that whole base swap thing, I guess we might have to change the title to Building Scar's base out of Lego. I hope he doesn't, change too much about Mumbo's base, because then we're gonna have to change it in Lego. But for now, goodbye.